So, good morning, everyone. And again, I want to thank the frontline supervisors and in my offices in DCYF and in DSS, mental health, that are the backbone of our offices and what they're doing day in and day out. And I want to say thank you to all of them. And to the essential employees that have to come in every day, thank you. And to everyone staying home and doing the right thing, thank you for doing that. And that's what's keeping our numbers down, and that's where we want to stay, keeping our numbers down. So today, we have 1,625 positive cases of the coronavirus in Albany County. That's only up 6 from yesterday, which is good. We have 906 people under mandatory quarantine. That's down 1 from yesterday. We have 3 people under precautionary quarantine, the same as yesterday. There are now 4,187 people that have completed quarantine, and of those, 1,153 were positive with the coronavirus and have fully recovered, which is also good news. And that's up 89 from yesterday. There are 28 people still hospitalized with a hospitalization rate of 1.72%. That's up from 1.66 yesterday. Still have 1 person in the ICU. And, we're moving in the right direction. And again, I can't say this enough. It's up to all of you out there that are going out this weekend to do the right thing. The more testing we do, the more positive results you're going to see in certain cases as we get aggressive. Nursing homes are online now. They're testing all their essential employees and all their residents, so you may see a different spike in that. We've been doing ours at our nursing home for the last couple of weeks, but now other nursing homes are online doing theirs. But as always, our mobile testing site, please, reach out. We're trying to get more into the community and get more people to come for testing. It's been a little slow. I actually talked to legislator Wanda Willingham from the Black Caucus last night. They talked about the churches and anything that we can do to help get more people tested, please, by all means. We're talking to Whitney Young about not only testing people that have signs and symptoms, but just people in general that can come out. And we definitely want to tackle this in certain communities, but we need your help in them communities to come and get tested. So please, we're trying to make this as easy as we can on you. We'll come into your location, your street corners, to make sure that we get you tested and we move in the right direction so we can identify this. But again, for our testing sites, for our mobile, the number is 518-465-4771. Area code 518-465-4771. Also, the essential workers at UAlbany and the drive-thru still going on. For that number for UAlbany is area code 8888-364-3065, or you can go online. And the Rite Aid drive-thru in Colony, as always, the same thing. Go online to get that. And our good partner at Priority One Urgent Care in Gilliland, as always, who's doing the right thing. But to switch gears a little bit here, one of the most impressive things I see with a lot of these businesses in Albany County, and the fact that they've been shut down and they're struggling to figure out what they're going to reimagine, what their companies are going to look like, their spaces are going to look like, how they're going to handle this when they start to open up. I always say it's the resilience in certain companies to sit there and turn around and say, okay, I used to do this, and now I'm going to do this to continue on. That's not easy, because I don't know if anyone's ever started a business. It's hard. First of all, you got to find out what your niche is going to be. Then you have to get a business plan. Then you got to, if you're running from your home's one thing, but you still got to set up an LLC. You got to look at different things, the taxes, loans, all this stuff goes into play. And then all of a sudden you're moving forward with your business, and this happens. And you have to change and reimagine what it's going to look like. That's not easy when it might have taken you 4 years to come up with your concept of what you're doing to move forward, and now this happens. And Ms. Maxwell here, who's joining us, started off doing one thing and turned her whole company around. And not only that, she got a $20,000 loan to help her along because of what she was doing. And as I said, that's what I love about people in Albany County and the capital region, and even in the state of New York, that you get someone like yourself that is going in one direction, you get hit with this, and then that happens. And the other great tale of the story is she gets laid off from this was a part-time business. She gets laid off from her full-time business. instead of just sitting back and saying, okay, I'm going to try to figure this out, or I'm going to collect unemployment, she reinvents her company.
I did.
And, you know, and by doing that, she got a $20,000 grant. And you know what? I'm going to let you talk about it because it's such a great story. Please, Ms. Maxwell.
My name is Karen Maxwell. I am the sole proprietor of Kima's Creations, where previously and currently I made bags. I've been featured on Harlem Fashion Week, had a full design on the runway, but then the pandemic hit. I did get laid off. I was a business analyst for DOH, but I was subcontracted. So naturally, I was one of the first to get laid off, which was fine because I then pivoted my business as a seamstress. I was able to then turn my business around to service a need, and that's where this started, is servicing a need. When the governor put the mandate in place, we needed to make sure that everyone was protected. So I pivoted my business to make the mask and made sure that my community was safe as well as myself. I am so grateful to the Community Loan Fund for opening up their doors and making the grant available to us, as well as KeyBank, who is also offering a grant program, which I've also applied for, and I pray that I get it. But I was able to not only pivot my business, but assist with keeping folks employed. So I was able to bring 2 young ladies in with me to assist because so many masks came in. To date, we're running close to 1,500, which was a lot for me to do by myself. But I was able to keep those 2 ladies employed, one of which is a nursing student, and that she needed that assistance. So that was great. I was grateful for that. But I can't say enough about the Community Loan Fund and the process that they offer to myself and so many small businesses that are out there, and allow us to keep our doors open to feed our families, but also help our community.
I can't thank you enough. And actually, she made this for me, which is pretty cool. I like it.
Had to make
McCoy
sure everyone
County
knew
Executive.
your Twitter account.
Yes, no, I appreciate it. That's how I look at it. I do. Thank you so much. And again, it's stories like that's why I said when we reimagine what the new world's going to look like when we get out of this, and I know it's been 73 days. We're in the 11th week. I know people are tired. I keep hearing it, and everyone's tired, and we want to just get out into the world and be done with this. But it's not going to be done. You know, it's going to run its course until we get a vaccine for it. But to see a company like yours do what you've done, I commend you. And
Thank you.
And you know, it's great that you're doing this to move forward and employing people, which I did not know. But talking about that, the governor has announced a $100 million loan fund for small businesses that's coming out. It's a new economic recovery loan program to support New York small businesses and nonprofits, small landlords as they reopen, because, you know, and I commend the governor, he gets it. You know, people are going to have a hard time coming out of this. You know, it's a record number of unemployment. The amount of people that are laid off is unbelievable. And if you look at the layoff rate this week versus a year ago, we're at a national low. You know, for people being unemployed, it was under 4%, and now we're the exact opposite. So it's going to be tough. I think there's 75,000 people that got laid off in the capital region. That when it comes out and this extra $600 stops from the federal government is going to set a lot of people back. But, you know, so I commend the governor for doing this. The pre-application for the New York Forward Loan Fund begins noon on May 26th. That's this coming Tuesday. And you can find more information on it by going to the Recover COVID-19 Loan Small Business. And if you go on that and Google it, you'll be able to pull it up, and you'll be able to fill out for grants. But most importantly, it will be on our website shortly. And, you know, again, I can't thank the governor enough for doing this, because people are really going to need this loans to go forward, especially restaurant owners that have to continue to pay their bills. And then to bring employees back, they're not going to be able to open up one day and, you know, at 50% capacity and continue to pay their bills go forward. So this is really going to help establish a lot. You know, I was talking about the hotel on Wolf Road that closed down on Thursday, shut its doors. These are things, unfortunately, that you're going to see. And we have to reimagine how we're going to reopen up and start the economy up. But we did get some good news from the federal government yesterday. So I want to thank our Senate representation and our Congress, so Congressman Tonko and Schumer and Gillibrand, thank you. Even the president's people that put this out. We got $675,000 for financial support from the federal government through the CARES Act, which will go towards our nursing home and at a time when we need it. Like I said, this testing is going to cost us roughly about $200,000 a month to test every worker. And on top of that, when the state did their budget, they changed the Medicaid reimbursement for nursing homes, and I lost $1.6 million. So do the math. It's a huge step back for us in a lot of ways going forward, because the first year I was looking at the first time in my 8 years as county executive and time in the legislature would have been the first time in history that we were going to be in the black after having a $20 million deficit at our nursing home when I took over in 2012. So I was looking forward to that announcement, but this stuff's going to set us back. But we're strong, we're resilient, like Miss Maxwell here and her company, and we're gonna figure it out. But we're gonna figure it out together going forward. Some of the other things I just want to bring up briefly is the overdoses going on. We've been monitoring that. I know Steve McLaughlin, Rensselaer County, is doing a good job. They've been on top of that, and his health commissioner putting out there. We've looked at it here. So I want people to know that every month we do a monthly training for Narcan. And in that, we teach people how to use it, and most importantly, we give it to them and to make sure that they have it and how to use it properly. So obviously, with this going on the last 73 days, we haven't had that opportunity. So we're being creative, right? We had to reimagine how we're going to do this. So the monthly in-person training is not going to happen. So working with our partners at Project SafePoint, we have started to offer a weekly overdose training through Zoom to fill this community need. So we're going to be putting that on Zoom. We're going to be training people on Zoom how to administer Narcan, and most importantly, how to get it. So they need both, and we're going to start this Tuesday at 11 a.m. For the future. I mean, that's going to be the new norm for a while. So we're going to do all the training online and continue to go forward. So I want to thank everyone that's been helping out with that. Also, as always, our mental health line is available 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's, I encourage people to call. Don't, listen, the stories I was reading, and I'm sorry, because it brings a little bit of chuckle. People are putting on there, oh, they're going to come arrest you. They're going to take you out of your house. We're not doing that. We're there to protect you. We're there to listen to you. These are professionals that are answering these phones. They're not coming to knock on your door at the cops and have you taken away. Please, stop that on Facebook, people. And we have an obligation in community. There's people we still have to give medication out to every week that we monitoring in the community. And if people stop taking their medication, that's they may fall off the course of their recovery, and that's what we're there for. But especially we're there to just answer any questions that you have. So please don't be afraid to call. They're not the police. They're not coming to lock you up. So they're there just to hear you out and help you through these difficult times and give you great guidance. So that number, as always, is 518-269-6634. And as always, our 24-hour sexual assault hotline, area code 518-447-7716. And as always, you can call the United Way, the partnership we got with Pete Gannon at the United Way. Thank you so much. 211, and the New York State hotline, as always, is 888-364-3065.